What up, homeboys? As we all now know, after UFC Baku, Dana White confirms, officially tells everybody Jon Jones called him up Friday night and retired. Breaking news, right? Now, then we find out, and I got a lot of questions here. Did he run from Tom? Is Jon Jones' biggest enemy himself? Other breaking news. Jon Jones has been learned, it has been reported that he was in a criminal case for basically running from the scene of a crime in a car. The journalist has learned let me read this for everybody. Criminal summons accused Jones, 37, of a misdemeanor charge of leaving a scene of an accident back in February and was filed Tuesday in Metropolitan Court. Jon Jones has been called in to appear for a bond arrangement on July 24th in Metro Court. I believe this is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then it goes to say, the criminal complaint stated an Albuquerque police officer was investigating a traffic crash near San Mateo Lomas when the police officer came across a woman in the front passenger seat of one of the cars exhibiting signs of significant intoxication and lacking clothing from the waist down. You run with that, right? The woman reportedly said Jones was the driver, but fled the scene on foot. She then called James. The complainant stated that the police officer's aide spoke to the man on the other end of the call, believed to be Jones. He appeared to be heavily intoxicated and made statements implying his capacity to employ lethal force through third parties to the PSA, the court record stated. The PSA requested a backup after what was believed to be a threat. When a police officer then talked to Jones and said similar allusions to violence were made. The man on the phone never answered direct questions about whether he was Jon Jones, the complaint said. When interviewed in person a few days after the crash, Jones said the women found in the car had left his house earlier in the day intoxicated and called him after getting in the crash, at which time Jones said the person she handed the phone to immediately opened the conversation with unprofessional language, which led him to doubt the legitimacy of the individual's claim. The woman later told police she drank alcohol and consumed mushrooms at Jon Jones' house and recalled needing to change her clothes in his house. And her next recollection was being at the scene of a traffic accident. She said the last person she remembered driving her car was Jones, the court record indicated. Police said Jones called the woman phone 13 times from time of the crash until 11:34 a.m. the following morning. And the text messages from his phone were included through could not be captured in call detail records. The police report indicated the crash happened February 21st, but also in one place started an officer conducted follow-up interviews on January 24th. I don't know what the fuck that means. It's unclear why the charge against Jones wasn't filed until months after the accident. Although there's no indication the charge and the decision to retire are connected. So they're saying between the 24th and the February. It's interesting. Jon Jones called us late and returned. White said Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the world. Now look there's a lot to take in there, right? Go read the article yourself. We'll put it in the link. The article is, and shout out to the ABQ Journal, which I'm assuming is the Albuquerque Journal. Yeah. So this is part one, right? There's a lot to go in through. Just digest all that. Because here's the number one question. Jon Jones' biggest threat in the UFC and in life is Jon Jones. I've been saying this for a long time. Jon Jones' biggest enemy is himself, his demons. Evidently alcohol. Evidently it's been drugs, because this has been multiple times, right? I said he could have been the greatest. In my opinion, when we talk about the GOAT, when we talk about running from Tom Aspinall, this is where we're at.